Once again, welcome. My name is Vinita Dillon. I am the director for new students and family programs, in addition to working on commencement and orientation. I work with families and supporters throughout your students' journey at Maritime. I also host a Women in Maritime Leadership Conference, which happens in March every year. And today we have our bookstore, dining services, and Res Life colleagues on the call. Before I hand over the floor to them, I'd like to go over a couple of housekeeping requests. Please keep your devices on mute during your presentation. As you hear from the presenters, feel free to put your questions in chat that we will cover after they've given you all the information. I request our presenters to wait till the questions are read out at the end before you answer them. If you start answering them in the chat, it becomes a little tricky to navigate. And not everyone is potentially reading chat for responses. I also request our audience today to keep their questions to today's topics. If there is time at the end, I'm happy to take other questions afterwards. I'm happy to stay later, past the 6:30 mark to do that as well. So please keep your questions in chat about today's topic. Before we move into the presentation, a quick reminder about August 17th, which is a Monday. When you arrive here, you will be arriving at a designated time, and that time will be made available to you by our Res Life staff. You have the option to ask them those questions today. Once you arrive on campus, you will park in Lot O. There will be PD that will direct you to Lot O. It's the first parking lot, so you won't miss it. You'll walk into our Physical Education and Aquatic Center, which we refer to as PIAC. There you will have an opportunity to check in. Your students, if they're in the Corps, will pick up their uniforms, and we have a resource fair for the families. While your student is picking up uniforms, you can bring your questions and ask those of the folks that you're meeting virtually over summer, and meet some new folks as well at the resource fair. Once you are done there, about 30 minutes or so, you will head back to your car, get in the car, and go to your designated res hall. The person driving your vehicle will stay in the vehicle. Everyone else will disembark. We will have a very energetic group of students who will help you get your belongings into your room before your family departs from the driver. Please make arrangements of where you want to connect. If you wish to see your student's room, most likely you will have to walk up to the res hall where they are and get a chance to be with them in the room. Otherwise, you can meet somewhere else on campus. Once your move-in is complete, you'll have an opportunity to make any last-minute runs to the store if you've forgotten something, or something new comes to you that you want to grab. Target, Walmart, grocery stores not far from the campus. You can complete that and make your way to the quad just before 4. So at 4 o'clock, families will go inside RISA Auditorium for a welcome, and students who are in the Corps will practice formation with our CLD director you met last time, and the Corps commander, while the traditional students who are not in the Corps will get a chance to meet their orientation leaders, have a little bit of a chat, get to know them. And then we will have at 4:30, when you all come out of the auditorium, we will have what we call a compass and capping ceremony. It's a really sweet way to bring your student into, for us to bring your student onto campus and welcome them in to our fold. That ceremony will take about 30 minutes or so. Right after that, all the families and students are invited to go to the dinner, You have already prepaid for this dinner when you were registering your student for orientation. We'll have live music and food, and you'll get to see the dining center where your student will be eating 19 meals a week. You'll get the chance to taste some of the foods that our chefs prepare. And from there, the evening ends. Should you choose to go off campus for dinner, we request that you bring your student back by 6:45, because that's when they will have a meeting with the residential life folks that you meet today about very many things on how to be a good community member in those res halls. So bring your student back by 6:45 if you're going off campus. While you're unpacking in your room, if your student is a core member, please have them change into their athletic/PT gear. It's going to be a pair of dark green shorts and a gray shirt. They will dress in that and then finish leaving their room, and they will bring their ball cap with them. Try to not wear it already. There's a ceremony where the families get to cap them. So hold on to it and bring it with you to the quad and have it at the ready for families to cap the student. That's all I have about the 17th. With that, I would like to get our presenters onto the floor, so to speak. I will open it up with residential life. Actually, change that up. I will open it up with Michael Dutra. He is a representative of our bookstore. He'll be able to share what he does, how he does it, the magic of uniform distribution and such. With that, Michael and Ricky, the floor is yours.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Michael Dutra. I'm the store manager for the Cal Poly Maritime shop here in Vallejo at the campus. We'll be handling your uniform distribution on August 17th. You guys will come down to the PIAC. We'll distribute all the uniforms out to the students. If there are any questions or concerns with the uniforms, you'll come speak with us at the bookstore. We'll get it handled for you. Aside from that, we sell a fair bit of general merchandise, apparel, gifts, all of your textbooks, everything you'll need for school. Feel free to come to us for any questions.
Thank you, Michael. Ricky, would you like to add anything?
Yep, just wanted to say hello. We just wanted to make sure we were here to answer any questions or concerns anyone had with the uniform stuff. My name is Ricky Pozos. I am the area manager overseeing operations for the bookstore. So Michael's going to be the person who's there day to day, but of course, on distribution day, you will also see me floating around somewhere. But again, just wanted to make sure we were here to answer any questions. I guess I do want the parents on the call to know that we do have a selection of dorm living supplies and bedding bundles that we're selling on our website from the 31st, so tomorrow, through August 4th. The bundles will be 25% off. And the 5th through the 7th, those bundles will be $75 off. I'm going to give you a little inside information on a flash sale we're going to have those 3 days. These bundles ship in 1 to 3 days. And, the main goal here is to just make it easy on you guys. You don't have to go source out, shop around for, dorm furnishings. You can get it directly through the bookstore. Michael is going to be dropping our links into a chat for you. And again, if you have any questions, just reach out. You can ask here, you can email us, call us, whatever you need.
Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate that. And while Ricky just mentioned this service for purchasing the bedding bundle and such, I'm reminded that we have another guest on today's call. Her name is Misty, and I invite her to introduce herself and the service they provide for our students and families. Misty?
Hi guys, thank you so much for having me on the call today. Much appreciated. I just wanted to share a little bit of information about our ship to school service. It makes it super easy to get your items to the school. Our service would be FedEx would pick up your items from your home. You would create an account, set up a pickup date, and then FedEx would come pick up your items, ship them to our U-Haul location, close by campus, and then we would deliver them prior to your arrival, before you get there, so your items are in the room and all set to go. Um, you would just go to collegeboxes.com and all the pricing and all that information is on there. It is like a general pricing is, let's see here, sorry. In-state shipments is like $45 to $60 a box. Regional shipments is like 60 to 90 a box, and then coast to coast shipment is 75 to 100. And then there's also a $30 handling fee included in that as well. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can feel free to email me. I'll put my email address in the chat. And so any questions, I'm happy to answer. Thank you guys.
Misty, will you stay any longer with us on this call, or should we just direct families to contact you via email?
I'm happy to stay on the call as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course.
And if you would put all your information in chat so families can grab that.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Once again,
Thank you.
oh yeah, thank you. Also, once again, hold off on responding to questions in chat. Next, we have our huge, big, awesome Res Life team here. There's several people I see who are from Res Life. If you could take one round of introducing each of you and then go into the meat of your presentation, that'd be amazing. Thank you.
Well, I will start off. Hi, everyone. My name is Tim Westmoreland. I am the Director of Residence Life here at Cal Poly Maritime. Primarily what I do is just the behind the scenes work, working with an awesome team and just making sure that all the stuff is taken care of in terms of the boring things like policy compliance, working with other departments, making sure things run smooth, getting everything coordinated. So my team can do the day-to-day, which is take care of your students in the best way possible. And so with that, I will go ahead and turn that over to Melinda.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. My name is Melinda Balfour, and I'm the lead Res Life coordinator here on campus. And I primarily work with the students who will be living in McAllister Residence Hall for this upcoming year and managing that building and working with the RA staff. I also assist with assignments as well, and I'll share a little bit about that in a few minutes. But I'll go ahead and pass it over to Matt Donovan.
Thanks, Melinda. My name is Matt Donovan. I'm Residence Life Coordinator here. I primarily oversee Upper Residence Hall, Lower, and North Residence Hall. I do a lot of overseeing the communities in those buildings and do a little bit with the programming that we do within our halls. And with that, I'll pass it off to our wonderful RA, Mr. Parker Loden.
Can't hear you, Parker. We'll go ahead and let Chiron jump in while Parker's figuring it out.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chiron Pham. I am the senior RA working with the pro staff. So I am the head RA, I guess you could put it. I work with all your students' RAs and try to give them a connection with the pro staff and try to get them what they need. And then I'll pass it over to Parker if he's ready.
Hey, can everyone hear me okay? Nice. What's up, guys? I'm Parker. I'm a RA, resident assistant. I'll be in Upper Residence Hall this year. This is going to be my third year as an RA, so I'm super excited to be on the team and to help get everyone set up for their first year of college. It's going to be a lot of fun.
And real quick, before I jump in, I'm going to introduce my boss, Calais Carver, and let her tell you a little bit about herself.
Hey y'all, my name's Coley Carver. My pronouns are she and hers, and I serve as the Director of Residential Life. I help support the folks that live on our SLO campus, and I get the opportunity to meet with our folks here on the Maritime campus, so excited to be here.
Thank you, team.
And then just a general overview. Like I said, I'm going to give a very, very quick spiel, not go into too much so we can start doing some of the Q&A. But basically, like I said, what my team does is for the residence life piece, think of us as the student facing, the front facing customer service, customer care aspect of it all, in the sense of whenever your students get here, it is our job to take care of them and help them develop into awesome adults that you have already been working on their entire lives. We're going to take a couple more years and help them on that route. And we kind of serve in all these capacities outside of the classroom. So learning things of, meeting new people, getting roommates for the first time, how to navigate places on campus, how to make sure they have the proper connections. At the same time, making sure they're safe, working with various departments on campus like the police and other areas just to make sure we have a secure campus and the students can do what they need to do without fear. On top of that, the fun things that we do, and some of our students will talk about that, is just the community events, the programs, the hosting. We do stuff all of the time. Matt runs an incredible program here of all kinds of events on campus so we can keep you busy. We absolutely love to buy your love early on for all of your kids, or all your students, excuse me. And so the goal is just to make sure this is more so of a place you live rather than a place you sleep. And that's what we tell the students all the time when we meet them. Like, we want this to be your community and a place that you feel welcome and a place that you feel at home. And that kind of encompasses everything from, like I said, the fun programmatic events to just making sure that students are following the rules, to making sure that things are working the way they need to work, that communication is happening, doing the checks, the crisis management. Just, it kind of is all encompassing. And so that's really what my team does. They work on their areas a little bit more specifically, but holistically, that is what we do as a whole. And so I don't know if you had anything else, Vanita, that you wanted us to cover before we started doing the Q&A, but I wanted to check in with you.
Well, we have a good idea now what your team does. I do want to popcorn over to Michael, the other Michael Singer, for dining services. And then we hop into questions. Or if you have something else to share, Tim, we'll bring it back to you.
Thank you, Vanita. Appreciate it. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Michael Singer. I'm a general manager of dining services here at Cal Poly Maritime Academy. Our department for dining services, we support students by providing daily meals, retail dining options, and catering services across the campus. Our goal is to create a welcoming environment where your students or cadets can enjoy nutritious meals, connect with one another, and receive support with dietary needs, meal plans, and other dining-related concerns. So some items I'd like to bring up, but some of the best ways to really get the most out of the dining services is really connecting. Like, definitely you can come directly up to me and ask questions, or if you want to see stuff on the menu, Chef Demetrius, our executive chef, he is also another great contact that we'll be introducing him to everyone here during orientation, so that everyone knows who we are and they can come and talk to us and feel comfortable talking with us. If you do have dietary restrictions, or if you have recommendations of items you'd like to see on the menu, we would love to be a part of that and help bring that into the menu mix. I will drop dining plan into the chat here so everybody can see that. And I'll also drop our text to chat. So the two best ways to get in contact with us would be the text to chat line, and our text chat is basically a texting service that anyone can use. Parents, if you have questions, supporters, or cadets, you can text that starting right now, and we'll get that, and we can answer you through text message platform or through our Dine on Campus website. You'll be able to view menus online and on the app before you come into the dining hall, so you can see what the menus are. You can see dietary information, caloric information if you're doing calorie counting or athletic kind of meals and stuff like that. So we can work with you on all those different aspects. And then I'll also drop in our dining plan information for the 7-day meal plan and the 5-day meal plan. Our recommendations to incoming freshmen is, I know most people, if you've chosen your rooms, you've already had to choose a meal plan to go along with it. during the course of the first semester. You'll be locked into those rooms. If you'd like to move up from the lower tier to the higher tier, you're able to do that, but you won't be able to move down. And that is new going into this year. So just wanted to give everybody a heads up on that. Our suggestion is to stick with the 7-day meal plan, as you'll be able to utilize those extra meals. Even if you're not using them on the weekends, you can use them for meal exchanges at our retail locations at Bistro, which is our small cafe, and Moore Cove, which is our convenience store locations for meal exchanges. And you can take food to go with you. There are grab and go options. We're expanding the grab and go menu to include a grab and go breakfast burrito. We're adding an acai bowl to the menu over at the bistro location. We're doing healthier food options for our grab and go options out of Bistro and Moore Cove, as were a lot of recommendations from the cadets from last year. And that's what we're looking forward to bring into this new semester. I think that's what I got.
All right. Michael, could I please ask you to once again speak through all the food areas, because some of the families on the call might not be familiar with the various locations, what you mean by meal exchanges, perhaps, and then touch briefly on flex cash and sand dollars as well.
Of course.
Thank you.
So our main location is the dining center. That is the all-you-can-eat location where your meal swipes will be. You'll be able to use your meal swipes there. There's 3 meals during the week, Monday through Friday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and 2 meals on the weekend, brunch and dinner. Your meals will reset Sunday night at midnight. So whatever you use during the week, everything resets, and you'll start new with your either 17 or 19 swipes starting Monday morning. Every week, for freshmen, we'll be starting on the 17th for dinner when you come in for orientation, and going through the rest of the semester. The other locations that you can use meal swipes, if you don't have time to make it to the dining center, depending on your class or formation, you can use a meal swipe at the bistro. And the bistro is a small cafe that's similar to a Starbucks, and we do have some grab and go options there. You can grab a complete meal, a composed salad or sandwich, or breakfast sandwich, hot breakfast sandwich items with fruit, cookie, granola bar, chips, drink. It's all included in that one meal swipe that you can take with you. And at Bistro, which is our small convenience store, we'll be able to do that as well. Moore Cove. My apologies. Moore Cove, you could do that as well. So the Bistro is open from 6:30 a.m. to 2 p.m. Monday through Friday, and Moore Cove is open from 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and it would be 8 p.m. on Fridays. And the difference here with when you choose your meal plan, you get an additional $200 or $100, depending on your plan, for declining balance that gets added on that you can use for convenience items. You can use that if you have a 5-day meal plan and you would like to use that to come in with your colleagues or friends on the weekend. You can use those kind of dollars to as a meal swipe. As if you don't have the meal swipes to go through, you can use those, or you can use those for convenience items, like I said, or you can use them at Starbucks to get Starbucks drinks throughout the week. Once you're done using those items, to top up would be the sand dollars. It is used as a gift card, and you can top up and use more within the campus. And declining balance is non-taxable, and sand dollars are taxable, as it's used as a gift card.
Thank you so much. I'll open it back up to the presenters one last time to give you a few minutes to add anything to what you might want to talk about before we jump into questions. Anyone? Just raise your hand.
I'll go in and hop in really quickly.
Okay.
So I'll share a little bit about room assignment information and time slots for moving in on August 17th. So starting next week, please have your student log into their housing portal. Right now, our office is finalizing room assignments for the upcoming semester, but starting next week, have your student log into their housing portal, and they'll see 2 bits of information. One piece they're going to see is information about their specific room assignment. So that's res hall location and their specific room number, along with the roommate information. And then also two, there'll be instructions for selecting a time slot for moving in on August 17th. The move-in window on the 17th is from 7 a.m. to 2:30. And so what that means is that there are going to be time slots every 30 minutes from 7 a.m. and the last one's going to be at 2:30. So again, starting next week, log into your housing portal, you'll see that information, and then you'll be able to select your time slot. And then if you have any other questions about that, feel free to throw it in the chat and I'll be able to answer those for you.
Melinda, may I ask a quick question? Do you have any easy directions for students who might not know how to get to their housing portal, or will they get all of that information in the message? Could you speak to that a little bit, please?
Yeah, so we'll work with our counterparts down at Cal Poly SLO to make sure a general message goes out. But how you access your housing portal is through mycalpoly.edu portal site. So once your student logs into that system, there'll be some links on the left-hand side of the page that says Solano Housing Portal. And so they'll click on that page and it will bring them to the same portal platform that they use to fill out their housing application. Once you're logged into that, we'll have some buttons that will say time slot, your room information assignment here. And so just make sure you just click on those buttons and it'll take you to where you need to go.
You're the best. Thank you very much. I'm gonna hop in with the questions that are in chat. So jump in and answer depending on what the question's about. I'll take the first one, which is there an orientation dinner on August 6th? On August 6th, there's nothing happening on August 6th that I'm aware of. But if you want to have a side party on the 6th, just send me an email. I'm all about it. Next is, so we pay for uniforms when we pick them up? Michael?
So with regards to that, your student accounts will be charged for the uniforms after distribution day. You don't have to tender us any payment day of.
Thank you. Can the bundles be shipped to campus on move-in day? Ricky?
Yep. So you can do it one of two ways. You can have them shipped to home and bring it with you. I think the easier thing, though, for the entire purpose of making it easy on the parents and the students is to have you order it for in-store pickup, and then it will be at the bookstore on day of.
Thank you. Can you tell us what the bookstore hours are going to be on the 17th?
We'll be open 9 to 5 the entire week, and we're open 10 to 2 on Saturday.
Thank you. If uniforms don't fit well, is there an ability to exchange items?
Yes, we will not be doing any exchanges during the actual event, but we'll have stock in the bookstore. So we encourage you to take it back to your dorm, try it on. If it doesn't fit right, bring it back down to us at the main bookstore. We'll be able to swap you out for a different size or help you out with getting one ordered.
Michael, could they do any of those exchanges if they have a window on the same day? Or do you prefer the student do that during a week from Tuesday through Saturday?
We'd prefer the Tuesday through Saturday. We'll have a bit more staff available to help you out. We're expecting to be pretty busy on the Monday.
Yes, so good information from families. It might not be the best time to make those exchanges on that day, even though the bookstore is open. At the last meeting, there was discussion about purchasing requirements ahead of time for school, including boots and shirts. Is there a consolidated list of purchasing needs? We haven't ever created a list of things you must buy. I put something in the chat. That's our newest page on some suggestions for move-in day. Those are more general. As far as uniform items are concerned, the only 3 things outside what's provided to you in the C bag are your boots, which are non-skid, steel-toed. We've talked about that in prior calls. You will also need white crew neck shirts that you are going to wear underneath your khaki uniform, as well as under your overalls. And the third piece that you might want to consider is black shoes. That's part of your uniform regs, but not included in the sea bag. Aside from that, it's a good practice to have a pair of slippers for easy times and a pair of sneakers for when you might want to get around campus or go work out, and any of your favorite socks that go with your sneakers. Michael, did you have anything?
To clarify, we are bringing the black uniform shoes. Those will be available with your sea bags.
Mm-hmm.
If you need a day shoe, that sort of sneaker thing is what we won't be providing.
Correct. Yes. Your uniform issue has a pair of black dress shoes.
And then I can jump in. As a cadet, when you're coming in, for the core itself, the boots that you will need are black boots. That is a requirement, and that could be a substitute outside of formation from the Bates. But the school requires that you wear black boots, and then again, like the white shirt, like Vanita said. So little help when you're purchasing your boots.
Additionally, are there computer requirements for certain classes or majors? Nothing that we prescribe specifically, but it wouldn't be a bad idea for your student to go to class and get a sense of what their needs might be, especially if your student is in the engineering program, based on any conversations with faculty or their seniors. And then considering that it is relatively easy to get a computer from wherever, sent here, I would recommend attending a class or two before if you're in the market to buy a new computer. I'll give Michael Dutra another opportunity to share what they might have in terms of computers in the bookstore and any discounts.
We do sell Apple and Dell computers. We're an Apple and Dell authorized provider. We do custom orders for all of the Apple products. So you'll come in store, we'll walk you through our options, then we'll place an order for you and get them here within a couple of weeks.
I would like to add, everything is priced with the education discount automatically. So like if you walk into an Apple store with your student ID, you get a discounted rate depending on the item. Anything that is eligible for that education discount is pre-priced at that discount through the bookstore. So you can check out our website. A lot of the options are on there. If your student or you have questions about specifics, you can always come and see us in the bookstore. But yeah, I just wanted to make clear everything is pre-priced at that education discount. And a lot of the items, we do have certain like larger locations that have Apple stores inside the bookstore. And if your product is carried at one of those locations, the turnaround time for those is like a couple days. So just want to make that clear.
Thank you, Ricky. Do we need to get mini fridges?
Nope, mini fridges. We have a mini fridge microwave unit, and that will be in every single residence hall already set, ready to go. And then we will maintain that throughout the year. So there would be no additional need, no room to even bring that in there. So mini fridges and microwaves are already provided and taken care of.
Thank you. About the boots, need to be steel-toed, but the retired website says composite toe is sufficient, but also gives additional requirements. Please follow the directions that you find online, whether it's the old website or the new one. We talked quite a bit about these shoes at our last one, or actually the one on July 14th about cadet experience. Please, would you kindly look at that recording and get the information you need? Underneath that is Misty's share out for the link and how to use college boxes. Are there any questions for Misty? I'd hate for her to stick around if we if you wish to unmute and ask your question, I have 16 questions down the road. So is there a question for Misty that you wish to unmute and ask? All right. Thank you, Misty, for being with us. Feel free to stay. I just wanted to give you a chance to leave should you have other engagements. And thank you for being on the call.
Thank you, guys.
Okay.
Any questions, feel free to reach out. Thank you.
Bye. Fabio asked if I have 5-day meal plan and I didn't use all the swipes in weekdays, can I still use them on the weekends? Michael?
Sorry, I was trying to attach the, I don't think it's letting me attach the PDF to the chat box and this image for the hours of operation. But so if you use your 5-day meal plan, if you use all, I believe it's 17 swipes throughout the week and you run out, that is what the flex dollars are there for. So you can utilize those if you'd like to eat over the weekends.
So if there's any leftover swipes from a 5-day meal plans, they do not work on Saturday and Sunday?
They do. So this, it looked like the question said if they use all their swipes during the week, but if they have left over, if they don't use them all during the week, yes, you can use those on the weekends.
Perfect. Thank you. What are breakfast, lunch, dinner times?
Breakfast is, it is 6:30 to 10 a.m. and then lunch is 11 to 2, and then dinner is 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And Saturday brunch is 10 to 2, and dinner is 5 to 8 on Saturday and Sundays.
Thank you. When they log into their housing portal, what link do they use? So we talked about that earlier. They'll get all that information in an email on how to get to their housing portal. Are students already able to see who they're within their rooms?
Yes, so to get to the housing portal, just remember you have to do it through mycalpoly.edu site. So once you've logged into that, again, on the left-hand side, you'll see a bunch of different links. You just want to make sure that you're clicking on the Solana University housing link, and it will take you to the StarRes housing portal page. And then from there are different buttons. It'll be very clear. There'll be a button that talks about signing up for a time slot and then viewing your room assignment information. So that's how you access that information there.
Thank you. For housing, how long can I stay in the room to settle in after the 30-minute time slot I selected was assigned?
Yes, so again, our window for move-in is 7 a.m. to 2:30 is our last time slot. From my understanding, if you are part of the Corps of Cadets program, the first activity, which is the capping ceremony, starts at 4. If you're not a part of the Corps of Cadets, you'll have a little more free time. The most important thing to know is that all residential students are required to attend our Res Life floor meeting that will be happening later in the evening. So it's very important once you arrive for orientation that you look at the schedule for the next couple of days to really see which sessions that you need to be at. Really, for us, the time slot is for you to arrive here, pick up your room key, get your student ID, get your uniform, and check in for orientation. Once you go to your specific hall assignment and move in, that is time for you to start setting up, but you don't need to be fully settled in within the 30 minutes. Obviously, we do have limited time slots per slot. So if you are that person that gets the last slot at 2:30, no big deal. Again, our priority is making sure that you get here and you get your key to get set up and get access to your room, but you'll have the rest of the evening and the rest of the week to really fully settle in. And I think that was the question, or was there anything else to it?
I think that was the question. If I may say something or add something. So if you once you get to your room, if it takes you a bit over 30 minutes, it's going to be all right. Just be mindful that there's another student and that student's family in the room as well, and a lot of traffic. So when you are going in and out, you are also using the same space as other people trying to get to their rooms. So just be mindful, can't take 6 hours, but if you go from 30 to 45 minutes or something like that, it's not the end of the world. We're very flexible. In terms of numbers, we are at 300 students, give or take. Other campuses our sister campus down the road is doing 6,000. So definitely more flexible. Don't rush yourself, don't freak out, but also be mindful of others who are trying to be in the same space. Is that fair, Melinda and Tim?
Yes, I would add, so just remember your time slot that you do sign up for, and please be on time for that. We do understand that things may happen and you may get delayed, but try to stick to your time slot and please show up on time, if not early, just to help us keep things flowing throughout the day.
Thank you. That was very important. Are we able to downgrade meal plan for the next semester if we start with the max plan? Mike?
That's a great question. I don't have the answer to that as of the moment because it's a new policy, so I'll have to check back with campus and get back to you on that. I believe that you should be able to re-choose it next semester, but I don't have that definitive yet.
Michael, this is the same link for the next session, which is on August 4. If you can make a quick hop onto that call and just let us know. This is a very important question. So I invite you to be there on the 4th to give us that answer once you found out. Thank you very much. Wow, Chris has a question for Melinda. My son has only been able to access his housing portal once to fill out the roommate survey, but he can't get in since. A potential roommate reached out to him and created a group for him to join. He emailed housing to tell them he wants to join that group and provided the group name, number. Since he can't get into the portal, is there anything else he can do? Can you put the housing portal link and instruction here? Thank you. This is from Chris.
No problem. So as of right now, our roommate matching process is closed. It closed last Friday. And again, our office, we're in the final stages of finalizing room assignments. But if your student has emailed us, we will get to it. If you feel like you want to email us again, please do. So that way we can look into your request. How we do room assignments here, we do it what we call divisional assignments. And if you're a member of the core, you will learn more about your specific division once you get here for orientation. But basically, we place you with someone that's either in the same major or the same track as you. So roommate matching wasn't mandatory, it was optional. So if you did not get a chance to select someone, we will just pair you with someone in your major or in your division. If you do have a specific request, again, just email us and we'll look into it.
Is it also appropriate to share the help desk information if they're having difficulty with technology or platforms, or is that different for housing? The IT help desk, would that be helpful, Melinda?
I think it probably, I think it probably depends on what the issue is, right? If there's an access issue and like credentials and the single sign-on and those pieces, probably an IT help desk would be a great place to start. If it's specific to like the housing portal and getting those pieces, I would suggest again emailing housing@calpoly.edu and or try giving us a call during the office hours, and we can help maybe navigate and see what's going on that way too.
Thank you, Coley, for jumping in. So yes, students will have a mailing address. That address is student name, 1 Morrow Cove. I'll put it in chat in just a second, or I will ask my co-host Tim to do it. 1 Morrow Cove, Vallejo, California, 94590. We do not have Amazon lockers here on campus, but any packages that arrive for your student are processed and then sent to the student mail room. And then from there, they do get put in lockers, and your student is sent an email saying, here's a code, go to the lockers, put the code in and grab your package. So we have our own homegrown system for packages, and the address is student name, 1 More Cove, Vallejo.
I do want to jump in real quick just to alleviate some potential confusion. We
Yes.
do have an Amazon locker on campus located in one of our residence halls, but it's an upperclassman hall. So incoming students primarily wouldn't have access to that. So I just say that to where if you're going through Amazon and you see something that's called the Amazon locker is called Griffin. If you see something that says Griffin on campus, oh, I can ship my stuff there. You wouldn't be able to access it. Your card wouldn't let you into North Residence Hall because you wouldn't be coded for that. So I would encourage you just to use the standard mailing address that we just put in the chat, because I don't want you sending something to an Amazon locker that you can't potentially reach. So we do have one currently on campus, are looking to expand in the future, but currently I would recommend using the student mailroom.
And one other thing I'd like to share about packages is when your item delivers to our campus, Amazon says delivered. And we get excited. We want it right now. We're just spoiled that way. But on our campus, when it arrives, it goes to our receiving. The receiving individual has to process it and then bring it down to the student mailroom, and student mailroom needs to process it and send your student that email, and then your student can come during their open times to come pick it up. So it's not instantaneous. Just because Amazon is saying it's delivered doesn't mean we have it in our hands for your student right away. So please allow about 24 to 48 hours before it reaches your student in their email. However, if there is anything urgent or any kind of medication that you're trying to get to your student, again, it has to be emergency urgent. Please reach out to me or even Tim so we can help your student get that item right away. But it has to be an emergency. Everything else goes through the two-step process before your student will have access to it. On Facebook, there was a list back in the day when we were California Maritime Academy. Currently, we are sharing a web page with you that gives you a good feel for move-in information. I've shared that link with you. That page went live just today. Tim could add it again in the chat, but look at that page, and that's your best guide at this time. Just some additional transitional feedback. My student got an email about a deadline for selecting a roommate with July deadline, and the link was to the general Cal Poly housing website, not the specific Solano campus. So it did not work.
I believe that one was answered under the bottom. She said, Melinda, answer that.
It's all good?
At least according to the
Yeah. The question for uniform team. My student has to wear orthosis till December and requires boots that fit the orthosis. What will he be exempt from wearing the needed boots until that time? Yes. Once he's on campus, he should speak with anyone in cadet development and leadership team. You met Lennon last time at the last call. He should be able to get what we call a CHIT, which is essentially a written exemption in case of a need like your student has. So not a worry at all. For the RA cadets, how necessary is a box fan? Do the rooms get extremely hot during August and September?
Hello. Yes, the rooms can get a little warm, but honestly, it's great preparation for the engine cadets in the engine room, where this summer temperatures in the engine room were as high as 115. I can assure you the temperatures in your students' living conditions will never exceed that. But hey, with the current state of the world, you never know. So a fan, definitely helpful. And more so than that, just ventilation and airflow in the room is huge. The rooms can get a little musty here and there, so I would encourage all parents to let their students know to just keep the windows open. to increase the ventilation.
Thank you, Parker.
If I could jump in real quick with the bookstore plug, I do believe we have fans on our website that you can order for in-store pickup. So one more thing you can handle at the bookstore.
Thank you. I did put the link for the recordings so you can access that. Are students allowed to have a water dispenser in their room?
I assume we would need something like a jug or one of those things. If you have the space for it, sure. We do have water bottles in the residence halls that students can utilize as well. But yeah, the rooms are pretty small, so just depending on the size of this dispenser, it might be a little bit tight. So, but otherwise, yeah.
So printers are not required or absolutely necessary. We do have a program called WEPA, W-E-P-A. We have several of these machines around campus where your student can print to, so it shouldn't be a problem. It's not a requirement. Do the rooms have a kitchen area with a place for cadets to cook their own meals if they want to? Are they able to bring a rice cooker or air fryer?
All you, Matt.
We do have a small cooking area, but yeah, there are no air fryers or kind of heated cooking equipment allowed in the room other than the microwave that's already in there. We'll set the fire alarm off, so I'd be very careful of that. With 3 meals a day, unlimited food when you go in dining hall, it's really unnecessary to have that up in the room. So I'd suggest you have your cadet really just lean into the microwave that's there. But we do have one communal cooking space, but yeah, kind of best to actually check out the space and see what is there before you start bringing stuff. I'd recommend that.
Thank you, Matt. Core is all students who are part of our licensed majors. So all engineering students and all marine transportation students are automatically the core. They make up the core. They have extracurricular expectations that they have to meet. It is a fantastic leadership program. Our business, ISS, and oceanography students are not automatically part of this program, which is called the core, CORPS. However, they have the option to be in the core. When they applied for Cal Maritime, they had the ability to say, yes, I am not in a licensed major, but I want to be part of the core. And if they did that, we know that they're going to be part of the core. They are part of the uniform. They should have sent us their uniform sizing, and we'll be prepared to hand them their sea bags. And it's an experience for them. They will be required to be in uniform. They will be subjected to merits and demerits, and they will be going through formation. Those are all the leadership attributes of being in the core, and they'll have access to that. Should your student belong to those shoreside majors, IBL, ISS, and oceanography, and they now think they want to be part of the core, hooray, we're really excited, and we want you to be part of the core. You can still do that. Send me an email and I will send it around to the right people so that we can get that going. If you have any other questions related to that, please email me. I'll be putting my information in chat again. When is the swim test? It is an assessment. We don't want to call it a test. That gets students quite anxious. It will be from 10 to 4 p.m. on Sunday. I'm so sorry, on Saturday, the 22nd. Do you know yet, are rooms looking like double or triple or quads? Oh my goodness.
We will not have triples. We will not have quads. Our standard offering on all residence halls will be doubles. The only time that would possibly change is if we have something that happens, act of God, something with the building, and we need to do an emergency temporary adjustment. That is the only time we will be moving over to a triple style setup. But barring that, we will have doubles for this year.
All right. To better plan the evening of August 17, can you please indicate the length of the res hall meeting for the students, start and end time?
Yes, I will at least talk about the actual content. So basically what I'm going to be doing, and then Melinda or Matt, if you could just remind me what the start time is, I always forget. But for that meeting, it's basically we're covering what you really need to know to navigate living in the residence halls. I will go up there for about 15 minutes. I never go longer than 15 minutes in that portion. And then what will happen after that is we will break up by building and by hall, so you can so the students can meet their RAs and their coordinators, and then learn a little bit more about their building specific items and what it's like to live in those halls. The entire time and the entire process should not take more than an hour. On average, we run to about 45 to 50 minutes. But yeah, it's just a good way to get all that information out, one and done, get all the numbers, everything you need to go, introduce you to our staff, the RAs, the whole crew, and then send you on your way. And then if someone can remind me the time.
It's 7 o'clock, so right after the dinner that's taking place. And we'll be in Riza, I believe, Riza Auditorium.
Yes. So in the maritime world, early is on time. So we would like for you to bring your student back to campus by 6:45 to be in time for the 7 o'clock meeting. And it looks like they will be done with all their instruction by 8 o'clock. My son requested a roommate in another division prior to closing of the assignments. He has not heard about it. Who should he contact?
So if your student already sent an email, we should have it in our inbox. Right now, our office, we're very busy getting ready for the start of the year. So again, if you already sent an email, we'll get to it. But if you're worried about it, feel free to send us another one and we'll make sure that we have it on the record for you.
Do you know when the housing and move-in time slots will be released?
So as mentioned, starting next week, you just want to log into your housing portal page and the information should be there. Right now, because we're finalizing assignments, we're releasing information on a rolling basis. So again, check it. If you don't see it, again, just check again. But we're also hoping to get a general message out to the group once the information is available.
Thank you. And please, not all parents need to arrive at 7 a.m. Please do not do that. Sleep in and come only at the time that you have been you selected and was assigned to you. So if your time slot is 11, please don't come at 7. Come at 5 minutes to 7 so that you're parked and inside PIAC at 11 o'clock. If that's your time, be inside PIAC at 11 o'clock, no sooner. And definitely no later, because we, like Melinda explained, everything works like clockwork, and delays just push things later into the evenings, and that kind of impacts our capping ceremony. So please be mindful of that. Does each new freshman student have a counselor or advisor to answer all of these questions? We have lots of questions, not always sure who to call. Laura, students will have an academic advisor. And in terms of their res life or who they can connect to outside the classroom and outside their school curriculum, everyone that you are meeting or you've met so far on these calls are all resources that your students have. For starters, if it's got to do with Res Life, any of the folks that you've met today, when unsure, send your questions to me, and I promise to direct you to the right person who can respond to your question, or I will send your question to that person and have them contact you. Just keep in mind that when you send questions, our answers are going to be geared towards the student. We will likely respond to the students, or we will wait till your student reaches out to us. This is a learning journey. Your student needs to be the one to ask the questions, and they should be the one receiving the responses. So just reiterating, let your student write to us and we will get that information to them. Melinda, thank you for the links.
Jump in real quick. The other thing I will say is, especially when your student is here on campus, that is what my staff is here for, of just getting that information out. We are a constant referral source of getting you to where you go on campus. So we can talk to you about counseling. We can talk to you about advising, but we are not the masters of that. And so we will get you in contact with those people. We will walk you to those offices. We will just get you connected with wherever you need to go. And so we have 26 RAs on campus. On average, it splits out to about 6 or so per hall. And like I said, they all have residents who are assigned to them that they will be reaching out to check in with, talk to, offer guidance, give phone numbers. So especially when they're here during the year, if they're still trying to find things out, that would be a good go-to resource to figure out where the next step is on finding X, Y, and Z, because they all did that the first year they got here as well. So please feel free to reach out to us, or please feel free to have your student reach out to us as soon as they're here, and we can take it from there.
And remember, these calls are for families so that you get a bit of a sense of what resources will be available to your students. When your students come here on the 17th, they have their own orientation. They will have 5 days of time with us, opportunities to meet, ask questions, understand the processes. So this is not their orientation. They have their own orientation that'll get them settled in with academics as well as their life outside the academic realm. Sorry. If students did not participate in roommate matching, that's Melinda's answer. How does laundry on campus work?
Each hall has a laundry room set up and specific halls. So McAllister has different areas where it's kind of broken up, whereas Upper Residence Hall has a larger laundry room set up. Just think of it like a public laundromat, except it's just for that building only. And laundry is free. It does not cost anything. So you can go and wash your uniforms as much as you need to stay clean. And so all you just need to do is go down there, select whatever you need to do to get it clean. You can also download the Speed Queen app. You can have that app. It'll tell you when your clothes are done, send you the text, do it all from there. But yeah, that's basically how it works. It's just making sure you're getting your clothes in and out so other people can utilize it and keeping the laundry space clean.
Do they need to bring their own soap?
They do need to bring their own soap.
Okay, thank you. Swim assessment is on Saturday, 22nd of August. Once upon a time, we used to do it on the first day of orientation. That hasn't been the case for some time now. This is a transfer slow days orientation, August 6th, 8 to 3. Is this for transfer students only? So the transfer student Zoom webinar is for our students is on August 6th. And today the transfer students should have received an email, and they will get a reminder on Tuesday about the August 6th commitment, what the login is and what the purpose of that part 2 transfer student orientation is. It's really about learning how to register yourself. So all the first year students that come to Maritime will get blocks scheduled. They will get, based on their major, their transcripts and everything else that you've submitted, they'll be assigned classes. Do not freak out. They will have the chance to update or adjust their schedule during the first week if any adjustment is necessary. However, transfer students have to they know how to do all of this. They will be required to register themselves. And that instruction will be provided via that Zoom webinar on August 6th. And information is being sent to you via email, via the portal, Slate portal. There is a transfer slow days orientation. Slow days are for slow students. Maritime orientation is all combined the week before you arrive on campus. We do not have the 2-tier model. So if you are a slow student, you have to go there in the summer once and then follow it up with orientation, which is called Week of Welcome, for a full week before instruction begins. Ours is combined in the 1 week that your student is here before instruction begins. At our last Zoom, there was a mention of family breakfast. Yes, so thank you so much, Eliza, for bringing that up. Due to a requirement to bring students to the Golden Bear, we are no longer able to accommodate that opportunity for families to meet their students for breakfast on Tuesday, the 18th. Thank you for your patience for the response, but that is not feasible this year. Res Life floor meeting will be 7 to 8. Thank you, Melinda. Yes, about transfer slow day is the 6th or the 5th. So it is on 5th and 6th, but maritime students will be invited to that webinar on the 6th, not the 5th. 5th is for slow transfer students. Please send me, Jane, please have your students send me forward that email to me, and I'll try and get that troubleshooted, or we'll try and troubleshoot that, because my information is 6th. Do we need a shower caddy for showers?
Yes, but yes, you do need shower caddies for this.
Do RAs receive free or discounted housing? Can you apply for that job as a sophomore?
Yes, RAs do receive free housing, and their meal plan is partially covered. And so, yes, we will start doing that application process in the spring. And then I will let the RAs talk a little bit about what that process is like real quick.
So for that RA interview process, it's kind of a two-stage process. You have an individual interview where you actually meet with a board of coordinators and actual RAs on staff, and it's kind of like a normal interview. After that, there will be a group stage. So the candidates will be placed into various amounts of groups, and they will go through 3 different scenarios where they are they are visually assessed by the RAs on staff, and then after that, there will be a period where the RAs come together and they do collaborative on their assessment, and then the RLCs, the coordinators, will then handpick the candidates.
And the best recommendation I give everyone when they're asking about this is, what does my student need to do to become an RA? We just tell them to get involved, be involved all year. While we do have a process that occurs in the spring, it's essentially an all-year interview. It's a very small school. We get to know you very quickly and know who you are and how you act and how things go. So the best way for us to learn about you is for you to be involved with as much res life as you can possibly be involved with. But as we get closer to spring, we will start sending out that information regarding on how to apply.
Thank you. Do the students need an iron or a steamer? It's not a requirement. Depends on how how proper the student wants to feel and look in their uniform. The uniforms tend to dry really well if your student is on time and downloads that app and picks up their uniform as soon as it's dried and hangs it. I think they might be fine. But if your student wishes to bring a steamer or an iron, sounds like a good plan. It's a good practice. I iron all my clothes. But check with your roommate. You don't want 2 roommates of like mind to bring 2 ironing boards and 2 irons. So just check in and make sure you can share. There's limited space. Is there a forum for parents? No, not for maritime. I have been made aware that slow parents might have a forum, a Facebook group in which they can exchange ideas or get answers. There isn't one for the Solano campus as yet. It's on my things to do. And I'll keep you posted if we create one.
Benita, what about your website that's online with all of your parent and family information? That might be a good
Yeah, we
start.
definitely have a Facebook page. It's called Cal Poly Maritime Family. It's where we post different things that are happening on campus that we think parents might be interested in seeing or learning about. And there are questions that are related to those posts, and sometimes unrelated questions pop up, and there can be some dialogue, but it isn't really designed to be a forum where parents can communicate with each other and where some FAQs might reside. We do have a web page where we try to address questions that are frequently asked. So check out our webpage, which is, I'll share that link with you. But per se, there isn't a forum that I can point you to. Thank you, Cole, for that. Speaking of Golden Bear, how will students get to the Golden Bear for orientation and classes? We have that covered. We'll have either shuttle service, an external shuttle service, or we have a fleet of 6 vans, and different drivers will take your students throughout the semester, fall semester, to the ship. Is there any job a student can get on campus? Yes, there'll be plenty of jobs. You will meet our student employment people at the resource fair, but guess what? Your students will meet them also when they have their resource fair on Friday. So they'll hear all about it from career services and our student employment folks. For the core students in summer cruise is the summer cruise on the new ship? No, not in 2027. In 2027, our students will be going to 2 different ships. They will have to make their own way to either Texas or to Maine to use their ship, and depending on their major. And all that information will be shared with your students once they arrive. There's a lot of prep for that, and there are several meetings. There's a lot of information that's shared, but they will not be traveling on the Golden Bear. She has retired after 30 years of service. Also, is a summer cruise an additional cost? Absolutely, and it is a good amount that that the cost of the summer sea term. It does have financial aid support, and it is considered a summer semester. You'll get all that information from student financials as well. If you weren't able to attend the student financials session on the 16th, this was covered. Please feel free to go back to that recording and get the information. That is all the questions. We went way over time, but we've made it through. I want to really, really thank all of you for hanging in till the bitter end. Our presenters, thank you for being here, and especially our RAs who may not even be here. Chiron, where are you?
I'm currently at home. I will be coming back tomorrow morning.
Okay.
I'll be very excited to meet all the new students. So yeah, I'm currently at home and I'm packing up currently.
Okay, well, can't wait to see you. And what about Parker? Where are you?
How's it going? I'm in the office already, so I'll be excited to see everyone when it gets here. It's definitely a little lonely.
Nice. So that's all we wrote. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any follow-up questions. Thank you again, presenters. And I am also very, very grateful for each family member that joins and stays and asks questions, because without you, it would be ever so much harder for your students to be successful. So your partnership is important. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening. Bye-bye.